Welcome to Sew Very Easy. My name is Laura, and let's talk about little portable bobbin winders. They are lightweight, they are fast, but when are we going to want to use them? Well, that will depend a lot on how you like to sew and fill your bobbins and the machines that you are using. The newer machines, we are able to sew and fill that bobbin at the same time. But if we have an older machine or even a vintage machine, we do have to stop our sewing and fill the bobbin, rethread the machine, and continue sewing. So that type of machine, it's handy to have a separate bobbin winder. And that way we don't have to unthread to do our bobbin to rethread. Also, if you like to fill up a lot of bobbins at one time, you don't have to be at your machine to fill your bobbins. I know a lady who fills a ton of blacks, whites, and grays, and she does it while she's sitting watching TV. And she puts them in nice little containers, and they're all ready to go for her projects, and those are her 3 most popular colors that she uses. If you have an embroidery machine, it's also nice to have this, and that way you do not have to stop the embroidery. The machine can do the work on its own, and we can spool our bobbins. So let's take a look at one. I'll show you how it works and some things to look for if you are ever considering a bobbin winder. So the bobbin winder that I'm showing you today is from Hemline. It has a couple of features that are really convenient. The first thing is how we can power this up. We can use a battery, or we can plug it in with our USB Type-C plug. It's small, it's lightweight, and it's very compact. And this particular one can do a lot of different bobbins. It has a universal little area here that our bobbins just click on, but there also is an additional little piece, and this piece will fit a Pfaff or a Viking bobbin. So we can always remove the one and replace it with this if that's the type of machine you have. We have a spool stand that is built right in, and a thread guide that pops on, and it adjusts to where we need it to go. We have a spool pin that pulls up. The thread is going to go through this little eye around this tension disc, and this tension disc, just like our machines, can be adjusted. And then the thread is going to get spooled up on the bobbins, and right here there are 2 little windows, and those little windows are sensors. So it's going to stop filling that little bobbin so it doesn't overflow. This will take a larger spool and smaller spools. I'm going to show you here with one of these mini king pins. So I could just put it on that spool. It's going to go through that eye, and you need to choose the eye that is more direct over top of that spool. It goes through the one eye, and it's going to go between these 2 tension discs, and that can be adjusted. Now we're going to be able to put on our bobbin. I'm going to put it in. I do like that I can just plug that in, and when I push this button, it is going to fill that bobbin really quickly. And it will stop when that bobbin is filled. You can always adjust this if you need it tighter or even loosen it. There we go. It is done. So I have one beautiful little bobbin done. And it works for the metal ones too. It even has a direction, so you'll know which way this is going to be spinning. Now there are some bobbins that cannot go in both directions. And if that's the case, you need to just make sure that it is sitting in the right direction and filling in the right direction for your machine. We can use bigger thread spools than this. This size does not fit on an average machine, but I can definitely fill my bobbins with it. And in this case, I'm going to take that arm and I'm going to move the arm so it is following the top of the thread. And then I'm going to have it go the same way. Off we go. And you can see how nicely it is coming from this angle. We don't need that. And it stops so it doesn't overfill. It does have an area where we can store our extra bobbins. And then when we're done, we can just fold this up and close it up. This can be used with almost all bobbins. The one bobbin, however, that it will not work on are those big jumbo bobbins for the Bernina sewing machines. It just does not fit. So it's portable, it's fast, it can be adjusted, and it might be just the ticket if you need to spool up your bobbins. I'll put some links in the description, and as always, thank you for joining me today on Sew Very Easy. Feel free to subscribe. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and I have a newsletter. It's all free under Sew Very Easy. And be sure to make every day a Sewtacular day. Bye for now.